Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the Red Men TV. I'm Steve Hoare. Yeah, it is transfer news update time here with three stories surrounding Liverpool Football Club. One potential incoming, one maybe outgoing if you believe the Spanish press, and then a little bit of somebody else coming in for Liverpool targets as well. Yeah, as you'll have seen, the title of the show is all about Romeo Lavia. I'm going to go with Romeo. Romeo as in Alpha Romeo? Not Romeo as in Romeo and Juliet. Let's go Romeo. And if I'm wrong, I do apologise. And then also a little bit about Man United showing an interest in Mason Mount. And then we're going to touch upon a story that Dom Lear has just messaged us in the chat with actually. Saying, Redmen, what do you think about this Madrid Andy Robbo story? Smiley face. Well, yeah, I'll touch upon that at the end as well, Dom, so don't worry about it. Right then, let's get underway with the latest story. This one comes from Neil Jones of Goal, friend of the show, of course. Let me bring this screen up for you. Here we go. It says, Romeo Lavia, while the Premier League's biggest clubs are queuing up to sign the 40 million rated Southampton teenager, the 19-year-old Belgian is on the radar of Chelsea, Liverpool and even former club Manchester City ahead of the transfer window. Goes on to say Liverpool, who face Southampton at St Mary's in their final game of the campaign, are among the admirers, with Lavia looking to end his first full campaign in senior football on a high and underline his potential as a star of the future. Yeah, so I'll get more about this from Neil Jones when I speak to him on Journal Insight on Thursday. But yeah, in general, the link makes sense. He's a young player. He's probably gettable. Now, Man City have this release clause, but it doesn't come into effect until 2024. So if Liverpool want to get him, then now's the chance, to strike while the iron's hot and all that kind of stuff. The thing with him is he is an out-and-out DM, really. That's his job. He's not really we're talking about like a versatile player who can play the few positions. He probably can do that, but he is really like a number 6. And if Liverpool are looking for an alternative for Fabinho, a backup to Fabinho, a replacement for Fabinho with more energy and legs maybe, then Lavia, of course, he ticks a lot of boxes. LFC Marlu, and let me know, by the way, guys, if you're watching this live, use the chat below, get your comments and I'll read them out as we go through, like I always try and do. LFC Marlu says, Lavia isn't just a project player, believe me. He's more than good enough to start for us. And Henry Hale says, if we're going for Southampton players, I'd rather have Bella Ketchup. Bella Ketchup at centre-back. Though Lavia is homegrown, so I do understand that one. Hip Hop Legends says, I think he's going to be a top player, but wouldn't his arrival push Bajcetic further down? It depends what you see Stefan Bajcetic as, really. Is Stefan Bajcetic seen as the number 6 in this new system? We haven't seen Stefan Bajcetic play since we've changed systems. So maybe he's one of the 2 8s in that role, and then he doesn't really, he can play a bit of both. I think Stefan Bajcetic can definitely do what Jordan Henderson's doing in this team. I think he could probably go and do a little bit what Curtis Jones is doing, although not as creative as Curtis, but it depends what you see. I think Bajcetic could actually be the more versatile player who can do a few jobs. I actually think in this system, he could even do what Alexander-Arnold does in terms of being the hybrid right-back / midfielder. I don't think he would be anywhere as good as Trent on the ball. Might actually offer you a little bit more defensively in that role, but I don't think there's any worry about Stefan Bajcetic's future. I think he's here to stay. And Liverpool just need options. That's the point. Liverpool definitely just need options. So we'll keep an eye on it. But I like him. I think he's a good player. I've seen a bit of him. The thing is, like, if anyone wants him, they're going to have to get him now, probably, because Man City will have this buyback clause that they can activate next summer, of course. Now, if you get into a bidding war with Chelsea and Manchester City in particular, and we know, Todd Bowley spends money like it's going out of fashion, and Manchester City do the same thing. There's a reason there's 115 charges hanging over their heads as it stands. So that might be one thing where you got to consider. But Liverpool, Liverpool are still an attractive prospect. They've obviously got Champions League football in the future, hopefully, but they haven't got it this summer. Man City have. Chelsea certainly haven't even got any European football whatsoever to be playing next season, so we'll see how it all goes. But I think he's a very good player. Joseph says an energetic number 6 should be essential. Again, I think for what we've been asking of Fabinho, he's been all right at it, but we have had to cover him. Like, again, we don't really know what the plan is going into next season. Are we only doing this, what we're doing now, because of the bodies we got, or in fact, the bodies we haven't got in midfield? The Liverpool intend to carry on this system with the box midfield next year. There's plenty of questions that need asking, but I suppose what you need to be versatile. You need to have options. If plan A isn't working, can you go to plan B and C? And I agree, just legs in general and energy in midfield is something that we've certainly been lacking. So I do agree with John Joseph on that one. And Dom says the same thing. We definitely need a number 6. It would be nice, I suppose. It looks like you're not too. Looks like you're not too pleased with that one, Dom. Yeah, looks like you're not too pleased with that one at all. But I think it makes sense. Again, Neil Jones isn't just making this up. He's had conversations with players. He'll have had conversations with people, and I'll be waiting to see how it all pans out. But yeah, it's a new name. Like I say, I'll be doing a general insight with Neil Jones on Thursday, and I'll definitely ask him. We actually spoke about him last week as well, and Dan spoke to a Belgian football journalist about the player. So it's not a new story per se, but yeah, Neil's written about it this morning and confirmed he's a good player. Liverpool are definitely one of the teams interested, and we'll see how it goes. Listen, it wouldn't be the first time Liverpool have signed a relegated player. We're going to speak about Andy Robertson later. You look at the likes of Gini Wijnaldum, you look at like Xherdan Shaqiri. Liverpool aren't afraid to go and get players if they've been relegated, if they think they're of a good enough quality. And in fact, I think they use it as a way to maybe get a player for maybe a bit cheaper than you would. Southampton are certainly going to need the money, you'd think, given where they're at. So I do think there's a lot of things there that are making sense. Toby Larone with the best comments. I agree. This is probably the most tactically analytic comment we've got. His name sounds like a brand of bubble bath. Yeah, it certainly does. Romeo Lavia. You can imagine that an advert with like pouring silky shampoo into a bath. Yeah, get the new bottle of Romeo Lavia. Yeah, you're right. I think that was the most important comment. I can't really top that. I think you're absolutely right. But Simon can go one more. He's brilliant, and I hope we can sign him. Well, Simon, for your sake, I hope we can sign him too. Right then, going to move on to the next story. I'm going to have to bring the Daily Mail website up, which I apologise in advance. It is just like the most intense advert screen in the whole wide world. But listen, we are where we are with this one. This is all about Mason Mount. Manchester United will launch a £55 million bid for Mason Mount as Erik ten Hag tries to steal a march on Arsenal and Liverpool after making the Chelsea star his primary summer target. That's from Sammy Mockball on Mail Online. First of all, well done for the title, for the SEO work. That is a lot of keywords in a title. You've got Man United, you've got Mason Mount, you've got Ten Hag, you've got Arsenal, you've got Liverpool, you've got Chelsea, you've got a bid. Oh, it's title heaven. Congratulations to the Daily Mail titling team there. Absolutely, you've done wonders there, getting that one up higher on Google as you can. But yet, he says basically Man United are about to launch a £55 million swoop for Chelsea forward Mason Mount. Is entering the final year of his contract and his future is under increasing uncertainty. United want to pay £55 million, a price that falls way below Chelsea's £85 million valuation, which in its sense is absolutely mad. Liverpool are also actively pursuing a deal for Mount as Jurgen Klopp looks to rebuild his midfield. First of all, Dave, Steve getting ads for hair products, yeah. The Daily Mail's targeting hasn't really worked very well, has it? Maybe that's because I'm in work. Maybe it's based on IP addresses. There's lots of people in here with really good hair as well, you know what I mean? You've got Chloe, you've got Paul, you've got producer Tom behind the glass who's here already as well. Charlie's here. Jimmy, some fantastic hairdos. So maybe I'm getting their targeted ads. But yeah, I don't think the Mail's targeted ads. I think you're right there, Dave. I don't think they've got it spot on with me. Need a bit of rogue rain or something with me, or sun cream. I burnt my head the other day. Look how shiny it is at the moment. I went to watch my son playing cricket and I've got sunburned to death. I am not the man for that advert. But anyway, back to the transfer news. The first thing I want to speak about is this £85 million valuation. I just don't... I mean, Chelsea, fair enough that they're going to ask for as much as they want. I can't see... I'm not sure anyone would pay £85 million for Mason Mount if he was in 3 or 4 years left on his contract. Mason Mount with a year left on his contract, don't see it happening. But... the fact that Man United are in for him, and the fact that Arsenal like him and Chelsea like him, I felt about 2 months ago that this was pretty much a foregone conclusion, and that Liverpool were just going to sign Mason Mount. I don't feel that way now. There's been a lot of change at Chelsea, of course. Mauricio Pochettino's coming in. They're trying to keep him. Man United now, it looks like it's going to be a proper bid for him. Arsenal as well. The general sense, again, I'd love you guys. Let me know... again, in the thoughts, Mason Mount, like Dom, for example, says even I think 55 would be too much. what are your thoughts on Mason Mount? Liverpool, I mean, some people like him, some people don't. I actually think he'd be a good upgrade on Jordan Henderson in this right midfield role in this new system. But yeah, at what point does it just become, you know what, for that amount of money, I'm just not having it. Just not having it at all. Dylan O'Rourke says, this screams of Chelsea trying to get the ball rolling. In the last 48 hours, he's been linked to Arsenal and United, both with a price quoted. Yeah, maybe, Dylan, maybe this is just his agent, maybe, as well. Just putting it out there, like, time to go. You know, we're not doing the Chelsea deal now, so come and get me. Get his name out there. That's a good point, Dylan. That could be exactly what it is. But, yeah, we don't know, really. But if the bid's 55, I could see Liverpool paying that. I don't see them paying 80. I couldn't see them getting anywhere near 85. Like LFC Marlu again says, I like him, but I don't 85 million like him. And I'm with you. I don't think anyone would 85 million like him, to be honest with you. Farhead said 40 million. I think he's going to go for more than that wherever he goes, if truth be told. Let's have a little look then. As Philby Kid, I don't know what Chelsea are smoking, but he's never worth 85 million quid with a year left on his contract. 30 to 40 is a perfect amount for him, like Ox from Arsenal. It screams of agent talk. See, I think it's in Chelsea's interest to just put as high a price. You've got to remember, Chelsea don't want him to leave. They want him to sign a new contract. So there's no benefit Chelsea coming out and going, yeah, you can have him, 20 million quid, he's yours, 30 million quid. It's up to them to just drive a higher bargain as they can. A couple of things it does. A, potentially gets them more money. B, it shows Mason Mount the player. We love you. We think you're brilliant. If we're going to sell you, we're only going to sell you for a massive fee. Because again, go back to they want him to stay. So there's a lot in our player. And then let's have a little look. Yeah, and Marlo says, you know what I mean? Ox went for close to 40 million with a year left. Yeah, I agree. I think 55, 60 is about probably what is the value of an England international playing who's going to play a lot. Good age, I think that's probably what the market would dictate he's worth. So I'm kind of in the ballpark that is that. But listen, Man United can offer him Champions League footy. Well, probably. I say that. You know, they could shit the bed. And listen, Chelsea could beat them, and then Fulham could beat them, and we could sneak in, and everything could be in dreamland. But as it stands, it's almost more like, well, it's 98% certain. I think that Man United are going to be top 4 and we're not, so they can offer them that. Who knows? But I thought it was worth mentioning. I thought, if you'd have asked me this 2 months ago, I just thought Mason Mount's going to play for Liverpool next year. I am not certain. Like I say, let me know in the live chat. Now I'll ask you guys, and again, if you're watching along later on, use the comment section below if you don't mind. What percentage of confidence are you that Mason Mount will be playing for Liverpool next year? I am going to say I am 55% confident that Mason Mount will be a Liverpool player next year. It's an arbitrary number. I understand it, but let me know your thoughts. Dave says he is 60%, so he's very much in a 60-40 mode. Riku's gone the opposite way, and he's only 30% sure. And let's have a little look what else we've got. Tombra's 45% sure, and Marlu's the least confident of all, only going for a 15% jobby. Ian Rush's Muzzy, nice name, 25%, and SM's 30% as well. Yeah, loads more getting involved as well. John David Blackjaw Smith. I love singing your name, John. Anyway, Mason Mount is LFC is 75%, and so is Rachel. You two are a little bit more optimistic. Because I'm with this one, I'm with this comment. I think Klopp rules Mason Mount as the perfect replacement for Henderson. So do I. I think that is exactly where he will play. Right-hand side of this new midfield system. Lots more legs, lots more energy, but more goals and assists as well. So that's where I think we are at. Right then, let's move on to the next story. We spoke about it earlier. It was asked at the top of the show. And again, I'm going back to the Daily Mail website, so I do apologise in advance. This time we're getting advertisements for being the lottery tombola. Anyway, Real Madrid plan shock in capitals. Shock, not just shock. Shock. 40 million move for Liverpool left by Andy Robertson as they look to replace Ferland Mendy, with the Spanish Giants able to offer the Scotland captain Champions League football next season. This is from Stephen McGowan of the Scottish Daily Mail. Yeah, according to Stephen McGowan, Real Madrid are looking at Andy Robertson as a new left-back target. Apparently, they have placed him on a potential list of summer reinforcements. They're looking to prepare to lose Ferland Mendy already. He's missed most of the campaign through with injury they would prefer to sign a more natural left back with Mendy going back into a more natural midfield role. Robertson is under contract until 2026, and has shown no inclination to leave. The thing on this one is, right, and let's just talk. If Liverpool are going to stick with the box midfield, do they want a left back at left centre back, or do they want a centre back at left centre back? If they want a centre back, is Andy Robertson's role within this whole setup almost redundant? Does it not exist? Are they happy with him there? All these things are worth mentioning. He's 29. If you get £40 million for him, just throwing it out there. That's the thing with this one, isn't it? I don't believe for a second Liverpool would want to lose Andy Robertson. They're already losing Firmino and Milner. To lose another big character now, I don't think they would want to. But I think it bodes the question: what is the left side of centre half? What is that next year? Like mentioned there, an enigmatic figure says Gvardiol would be perfect. You're right, a more natural centre half option. Dave goes on the line of we need a more like a younger version of Nathan Ake. So you're looking more centre half who can do the job. Now I think Robertson's been good there, and what he's shown is that when we want it to be a left back role, he's still more than capable. A lot of it will just depend on what Liverpool see is the fit of this system. Is it a left back or is it a left centre back? They are two massively different things. We saw Kostas Tsimikas crying the other day on the pitch, and there's been talk since about his future, with Henry Hale saying here, do we think Kostas is leaving? Potentially. I don't know. I just think it's a fascinating talk, and my guess is, I could see Real Madrid wanting him. I think Robertson's good enough to play for Real Madrid. I think he's brilliant. He's an excellent footballer, a really good one, but it just depends. Again, Liverpool, I don't think they would want to lose him, especially, again, mentioned before, the characters and stuff that we've got available to us, but what do we think? What is that role now? Is it a left back, or do Liverpool want a centre half playing over there? That's kind of where it looks. Where we're out. Mikey says I'd go for Cancelo as a shout if we lost Robertson. Interesting. Can we go and steal a player off Manchester City? Riku says I only think we're doing this system now because our midfield is weak. And LFC Marlow doesn't mean we have to sell one of the best left backs in the world though. Just keep him. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm not advocating selling Andy Robertson. I don't think they should, but it's just interesting. It's just a conversational talking point. What do they want out there? Because if they want another centre back and Robertson's not going to play, £40 million for a 29-year-old. I hope that isn't the case, by the way. I think he's brilliant. As Dom says, maybe Klopp's going to rip up the team more than we think. Yeah, maybe he is. Yeah, but Gordy's commenting here. Robertson to Madrid, is he getting sponsored by the sun cream? Not in a million years. Yeah, and that again, I'm not sure there's much in it, but I do wonder what Liverpool want from that role going forward. I'm going to be doing. We're going to have. Well, I'll spoil this for you guys. Listen, we can have a little chat. Keep this between ourselves. It isn't confirmed yet, but we're looking at doing a series throughout the summer where we speak about each position within this new system. With Josh Williams, distance covered, and just say what are we after? What do you think Liverpool are after in this position? Are they after a player who's big? Are they after a player who's fast, tall, quick, whatever? Looking at the analytics of the system, the Liverpool want a left back, do they want a left centre back, all that kind of stuff, and analysing it, because a lot will depend on that. What we think they need. I think if Liverpool aren't going to have a left back anymore, then you might let Andy Robertson go. You might want just want to do what Manchester City have gone down the route of doing, of centre halves who play at the back. Maybe that is the option. I don't know, but I just thought it was worth a conversation. That's all. I think it's worth speaking about. But like I say, I don't really think Andy Robbo is going to be leaving at any point soon. Right, guys. That's it from me. Just like I mentioned before about Neil Jones, he'll be in tomorrow on Redmen Plus on the Journal Insight Show. So if you're a Redmen Plus subscriber, check it out. It'll be live and exclusive. And then, of course, on demand as a video or indeed as a podcast in your native podcasting apps. If you want to sign up to Redmen Plus and get a bargain, by the way, head to redmenplus.com, sign up as a yearly club captain. If you use the code YEAR, you'll get 50% off. So not only will you get Journal Insights each and every week, we're looking at doing 2 of those a week in the summer as well, if we can. You get a back catalogue of comments and rather of shows and documentaries and features and all that kind of stuff. But also, you'll get our Roberto Firmino documentary that comes out this summer. You might have seen some stuff, trailers, kind of stuff for it on the socials. Keep an eye out. We've had some big guests and there's loads more reveals to come about who we spoke to and who we're going to be speaking to. But yeah, I'm going to end the show now. But as I do leave, check out the trailer for the Jordan Henderson, for the Roberto Firmino documentary with Jordan Henderson. He is one of the people we've already let you know who's speaking. But yeah, check it out. And I say, if you want to watch it or listen to it, it's going to be amazing. If you watch our Hendo 10 documentary, it's that, but it's better. It's better in terms of everything about it. It really is. And that isn't a knock on the Hendo 10, because Hendo 10 was amazing, but it's probably the production level we've managed to go up even a couple more notches. So yeah, thanks all you guys for watching or listening to this show. You guys are the absolute best. And yeah, do check out the Roberto Firmino documentary. See you all soon.
Can you describe Bobby Firmino in one word?
Legend. It's pretty standard though, isn't it? It's not great, but he is, isn't he?